Biden dropped out officially on Sunday morning. He released like a Michael Jordan retirement style letter, and the memes started rolling in.
And I'm about to become president. No. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Oh. Your nose is...
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it feels a lot like that.
Oh, yeah! Good morning
And welcome to episode 1507 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, July 22nd, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor for more bonus episodes, Discord chat access. Get at us. Today, we've got Biden time. One of the last Biden times.
Oh, man.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the last one, probably.
No, there's going to be a farewell tour or something like that. I mean, it can't be the last, but Biden time nonetheless today. Crowdstrike with Mark.
Yeah. Whoops. Crowdstrike. Whoops.
Austin's own.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
really?
I didn't know that until today. That is correct. Austin's own
Can't wait to find out
Crowdstrike.
about this CEO.
Shut down the world.
Yeah. Unless you were stubborn and were on older Windows. Bear news and eBay news with Wes.
Yeah, I caught a glimpse of this big dicked crackhead bear, and I just couldn't pass it up. So I'm going to share that with you guys.
Right up your alley.
Yeah, just couldn't pass it up, and it's a Florida man too. So I figure, we don't usually do this, but why not kick off the week with a Florida story?
Fantastic.
Wes is like a dog, but how dogs sniff each other's butts to check them out. Wes goes straight to the crotch, just eyes on the crotch.
Yep, for everyone.
Yeah, for everything.
Yeah.
Crotches on the brain all day long.
You should work a TSA at that scanning job when they go through the airport. Yeah,
wouldn't miss a
Adults,
thing.
adults. That is. Let me preface that.
yeah, yes. All adults. Yeah,
All
yeah,
adults.
Yeah.
Kids, I go right to the eyes.
Yeah, perfect, Wes. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'll
the crotch
see-
of their face. It's the crotch of their face.
That's right. You say, I'll see your crotch in 10 years, bud.
Yeah. And I'm talking about it was a slow news day outside of the big news story. So shit you might lose at an airport, some of the weirdest shit lost at the Denver International Airport. And some stuff that might be coming my way because I took their advice and filed a lost and found claim for one of the items mentioned in the news story. That's not mine, but I just really want it. So
hell yeah.
Cool.
Really? Oh no, you can definitely do that. And also they have like auctions for all the shit that they confiscate too.
Yeah.
Like,
so we'll see.
Yeah, they
We'll see
don't
if we
take
get it,
home
but
themselves.
it's fun. And I made sure when I went and I clicked
shitty stuff.
clicked send, there was no like disclaimer like you own this, right? So
Nice.
legally, I think I'm safe.
They got some good stuff in there.
Delicious stuff, Mark.
Can't wait to find out. Also, update on the Wasps. Thank you for all the listeners who provided input. I attacked at dusk, as many listeners said I should. That was the first attack. I needed to get the raid canister. Turns out that's got the longest reach. Spectricide, not long enough. I have very high roofs, even though ladder, you have to have the raid because it has like probably 20 feet, and the Spectricide's got like 5 to 10 feet.
How many
Max.
people have died getting on a ladder to spray the wasps and then the wasps coming out and then them trying to get off the ladder quickly backwards?
A lot. So Pat, good thing, good point. And what I have is a high part on my chimney. So I sat on that while I sprayed all the fucking things. And there was just dead wasps raining down on me. And then I went and took out, there was a huge nest.
What a sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Did
crazy.
you arm your wife with a more precise bottle as a backup to
The
snipe?
family was all locked, no, they were locked inside. Locked inside.
Were you shirtless and yelling?
No, I was covered head to toe. I had the fucking like the mask on, the fucking like N95, the construction one, had the goggles, Had the so Libby on this shit, and then I had the hood up. I had a hood. I had the fucking full sweats because I was gonna get stung. This is how it all started. Was they fucking stung me.
I gotta see how big this nest was.
No, the thing is, it was several smaller nests and then one kind of big one, and I found the big one finally. It's lodged inside this old it was a dishwasher we took out, and so it's in the old box, and it was like in this weird spot in it. So I found it, killed it. All the nests are neutralized.
You gave them the home.
Listen, honey, you're the last line of defense, okay? This is a precision shot raid. If they start coming at me, I want you to back away while spraying cover fire.
It was successful. And thank you for everybody for the input. Really helped.
Amazing.
It was beneficial to the project. Yeah, thank you. All right, that's it on the Wasp. Biden time.
Should we kick it off with a batshit internet comment from Nick Thorpe?
Yes.
Batshit internet comment. Sure. They weaponized COVID twice. Once to get Biden to win, and then once to get him out.
Oh, yeah, maybe so.
It wasn't COVID that did him in.
Maybe so.
This time.
It was George Clooney.
It's an interesting way,
pretty much,
to boil COVID now.
George Clooney was the last. He was the domino.
It was Obama. Let's not kid.
It's true.
If we're talking about who got Biden to drop out and who put the pressure on, it was Obama.
Pelosi and Obama. Yeah. It's more fun to give it to Pelosi.
80. How old is it? Pelosi's like 3 years older. That's funny. Like an older,
she's
older
such
lady.
a conniving bitch. She's so good at what she does.
So rich.
So I was talking
like a wasp, right? Tiller live internet comment. Speaking of wasps. Let's head to politics.
A lot of wasps in politics.
Biden's out is the headline, right?
Yeah, I was talking to my parents on Sunday
afternoon,
and they asked me that. My mom goes, "Mark, you do the podcast. Like, what are your thoughts on Joe Biden? Like, should he?" And then mid conversation, my dad's like, "Oh, Biden's out." I was like, "Well, I guess it's a moot point now because Biden dropped out."
Also, it was expected. I think we ended the show on Friday saying, "Hey, he's probably going to be out by the time we talk again on Monday."
Right.
That's the case. Biden dropped out officially on Sunday morning. He released like a Michael Jordan retirement style letter. And the memes started rolling in. It's really more of a withdrawal. He didn't announce a retirement. He withdrew from the race in 2024 on Sunday.
So now he's just started his lame duck period on July 21st.
Right.
That was the excuse to focus on finishing the job.
Right.
Focus on finishing the job. He's at the beach in Delaware. He's getting his mind right. Nothing surprising at all. Besides Hillary was floated as a possible replacement, except President Biden, Hillary, Bill, Clyburn, Lou, Swalwell while farting and talking to a female Asian chatbot, and anyone else who's actually given an endorsement so far has given them all to Kamala Harris, vice president. So,
I saw some things about Biden keeping it on the hush from some of his closest advisors, but obviously, Obama had like a maybe 8-paragraph to 14-paragraph Medium article ready to go about his endorsement. And, the Clintons had their thing ready to go. So I don't know. I'm curious how much behind the scenes there was.
The inner circle knew, right?
Would you want to?
Well, I mean, they were negotiating.
So vicious in his campaigning. Like anyone to volunteer to go up against him with this amount of little time is like being thrown to the wolves. I mean, it's
right. Yeah, no, Wes, but that's a great point because I wanted the entire Veep script to come true, but at least now some of the Veep script has finally come a little bit true. Check it out.
Is going to resign, and I'm about to become president of America. No. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry. Oh. Your nose is bleeding.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it feels a lot like that in the Veep script. Not all the way though, because in real life, President Biden time truly living up to his name is not stepping down, as the guys pointed out, as president. He's still got 7 more nerve-wracking months of being the head of the USA while not being able to remember hardly anything at all. So there's that.
5 more months, right? January,
7.
January
20th, right?
Or in July 20th, August, September, October, November, December, January. 5 months. 6 months.
It's not a great comparison because he is a senior citizen, but it's like him being a senior in high school, right? Where and he's already been accepted.
Yeah, he already got like
college.
accepted. Yeah, I remember
Right.
that. Yeah.
So like, and I got that same
told my
point. It's like
teachers literally to fuck off.
it would take 7 months to 25th Amendment him, because of just the time it takes.
Gave us 6 months notice.
Right.
Yeah, he did. Do you think
He's
Kamala's
giving
gonna
us
get,
6 months notice? Yeah.
Do you think Kamala's going to get more action? Because like the last two vice presidents, I guess maybe vice presidents historically don't do a lot, but Pence and Kamala don't really do much. Like, do you think she's going to get into the briefings more now?
I think she's
and,
going
like,
to straight be campaigning. Like
Yeah.
this is a monumental task.
No, I
to
mean,
make
she's
this
got to
shift.
Right. She's going to be focused exclusively on campaigning for president because it does look like she's in the driver's seat. But yeah, I mean, he's going to try to pretend he's calling the shots, which he clearly isn't. President Obama has called Biden, quote, a patriot of the highest order after the longtime former Veep Biden took his final command from the two-term POTUS Obama, who basically T-boned Biden's campaign on purpose. Obama didn't endorse anybody specifically. He's the only person that didn't endorse Harris. He endorsed the DNC selection process overall. But
so how's that gonna work? Will the DNC is in a couple weeks, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's gonna the convention is August 19th, and so at this point, all signs point to Kamala Harris accepting the Democratic nomination sometime soon, as the virtual delegate vote in early August will be able to take place. That's usually a lot when they name it, or a lot of times when they name it. But technically, anything could happen at the DNC convention, like Mark said, on August 19th to the 22nd, if it's an open convention where a nominee has not yet been named. That hasn't happened since 1968, following the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. And that 1968 convention was coincidentally also in Chicago, where it is this year, I think. And that year, the Dems picked Hubert Humphrey, and they lost by over 100 electoral college votes, with a third party winning 5 states as well. So they're sure to be trying to avoid that outcome this time around.
So, I was trying to figure out why the DNC was so late this year, and if that was Biden's. Like, Biden moved, I think, whatever state in the primary selection ahead of New Hampshire, or maybe he moved New Hampshire ahead of Iowa, effectively like so that he could lock in that he was going to be the nomination for the party, and he played some dirty pool against
the incumbent
Democrats.
too, isn't it pretty rare for the incumbent not to be the?
Very true.
But I think
because he's
knew,
endorsed Kamala, his 3,900 delegates technically should, kind of honor his wishes, right? So,
but the DNC being so late, right, and like that's what these conventions are set up for. Technically, obviously, it doesn't happen that way. Which is like, all right, yeah, like let's pick the nominee there. And then that gives us 2-3 months to get to the election. But, it's just not how it's been done, even though it was maybe set up to be done that way.
It feels so undemocratic to give it to anybody besides Harris, because she is on the ticket with him already. And if he withdraws from the race, it's natural to give it to her, and that's what I'm rooting for. For comedy's sake, I'm rooting for what can be unburdened by what has been, with that being, Kamala Harris, or an open
she also
convention.
gets money, Will,
or both.
That's another thing, right? So, like, if you committed to Biden your dollars because she's still on the ticket, great point. How much money was raised by Biden that theoretically could be transferable over to a Harris campaign, but maybe
she's
not.
on the ticket already.
Regardless, the primaries have passed. The people don't get to decide. It's the delegates, right? It's
the only way the people have decided at all is by choosing Harris.
Right. So I knew it was bad for Biden. I mean, like, we've obviously talked about him a lot on the show. We've shown his bloopers, but everyone's been making fun of him. We mentioned George Clooney. Even Obama came out and was like, he's not doing so hot. When I was driving around on Saturday, I listened to the radio like a poor. I didn't hook up my phone. I was listening to a radio commercial, and a local car commercial comes on for Austin. And in the commercial, they get a guy doing a pretty poor W. Bush impersonation. And during it, they're selling cars, and it had nothing to do with selling cars. And he's like, we got this guy here we call Sleepy Joe. And he's like making fun of Joe Biden's local car commercial. They had nothing to do with anything besides I
could outdrive Sleepy Joe in my sleep.
They couldn't resist. And the local car commercial making fun of Biden because,
Yeah.
I was like, this is bad.
I mean, that's the environment. Even he had lost, like, Fallon was coming out and doing some Biden material. I mean, everybody who typically had been defending him. I mean, the dam broke, kind of after the debate. He got exposed. So, I'm rooting for Harris. Anybody else rooting for? Here's the other options, right? The Vice President Kamala Harris. Obviously, she's like in the driver's seat. There's Governor Gavin Newsom of California,
celebrity like The Rock.
The closest to that would be Michelle Obama, probably, but she's not even listed on most of the options. There's Governor Gretchen Whitmire of Michigan, Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, Governor Andy Beshear of Kentucky, Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, Senator Amy Combs Salad Klobuchar of Minnesota, Transportation Secretary Mayor Pete Buttigieg, Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania. A lot of people are saying he'll be the VP with Kamala as the
because they can't lose Pennsylvania. They have to win
because they need to, right.
Oh yeah,
and after the assassination attempt that happened there, I mean they need help.
Yeah.
Senator Raphael Warnock of Georgia, Governor Jared Polis of Colorado, Governor Roy Cooper of North Carolina, probably more. I mean, there's a ton of contenders.
Predicted has it at 81 cents. Kamala, meaning 81% of the money is on her.
Yeah, she's plus 190 on Bovada to win, and so that Trump took a big hit as far as.
No, that's to win the presidency. To win
I know. That's what I'm saying.
The nomination is probably.
Yeah, I mean,
negative 700, negative 800.
She's 80 cents. I mean, that means 80% likely to win. Trump is, obviously the Republican nominee already. It's looking like it's going to be Trump versus Harris. Producer Eric says in the private chat here, Senator Joe Manchin is considering registering as a Democrat to run against Vice President Kamala Harris for the presidential nomination. Two sources with knowledge told ABC. So, I mean, he thinks he's more.
He came up with that at the houseboat party.
Yeah. Well, so more influential than he is, I think.
The Republicans didn't want this, right? Like, if you watch any like the RNC Man on the Street coverage,
yeah, I mean,
they wanted Joe in the race 100% badly because
because Biden was like, dude, he was literally a vegetable, like he was cratering. So yeah, they wanted the weakest opponent.
One of the weak points. The tough part about Kamala, in my opinion, is right. She was the border czar. Okay, that's a huge issue. She was a DA who did some shit I fucking hate, but it could play into a positive on tough on crime. Yeah. I don't know. Also, like, maybe it was just Hillary, but I think that like America comes at a lady candidate pretty hard.
I was texting. Well,
I mean, she's polling that she's not going to win. It's just the only option that makes sense. And I think what it is a thing that to be more competitive.
A minority lady. I was like, what is she gay too? I'm going to get her out of here.
No, CNN pointed out that she would be the first Asian Black female presidential candidate. Obviously,
right.
Like that wasn't the most obvious fucking thing ever.
I was also
that was like one of the headlines on CNN.
I made the like $100 bet with Wes well over a year ago, I think, about how neither Biden or Trump would be on the ticket for 2024, and that was looking like an absolute slam dunk for Wes. And then in a matter of 2 weeks, I was 1 centimeter away from winning the.
You got close.
They almost both got taken out in July.
Yeah, you got close.
Eric's dropping facts big times.
What happened there? What we got?
Well, I guess Trump donated $6,000 to Kamala Harris's 2014 Attorney General campaign.
That makes sense. I mean, he was a Democrat, so like, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. President. I love you, Dad. Hunter Biden says.
I mean, Hunter.
He's asking that's asking for a pardon.
He's fucked. Yeah, he needs the pardon. Yeah. His dad needs the pardon.
Well, yeah, it's huge for his pardoning because now you can pardon away Joe.
Yeah,
because Hunter's been trying to get his cases dismissed, and they're not. They're like laughing it out.
Hunter keeps incepting the word pardon. His things. Pardon my being upset, but I love my dad. Pardon me. Pardon.
But then, can I ask you a question?
Every chance he gets.
Yeah, he just says pardon conversation 12 times a day around.
I was talking to Kate about this. It doesn't make sense, right? So like when Trump got shot, obviously like huge, massive news, crazy shit going on in the country. Any president who's anywhere in the world, and usually, they take a vacation or the summer, is going to go back to DC. Biden was in Rehoboth Beach where he vacations. He went back to DC, of course. If you're fucking 81 years old, dude, I'm just putting this out there. If you're 81 years old, at what point does it stop that you have to leave your fucking vacation to go back to DC? Right? Do you want to be 81 and being like, all right, see you vacation and family there's that I have 1 year left to enjoy?
15 Congressmen and women over 80, 10 over 90.
I just don't get it.
Supreme Court justices, they're well over.
We have the oldest government. I saw like a graph over the weekend. It's the oldest government by far of like any of the developed nations by far. Bruce Eric, a couple more facts from him. Campaign has been renamed Harris for President. Boom, there it is. Obviously, she has to campaign regardless of if she's picked or not now because she's been endorsed so much. RFK Jr. has blasted Harris as a war hawk. RFK's pissed too because, like, obviously they locked him out of the nomination for the D's, and now she gets given it. He's like, it's undemocratic. But yeah. So
she ain't great, but you're a madman, RFK. You're a fucking madman.
Also, Bruce Eric says medical issue was not a factor in Biden's decision, says the White House. Yeah, I mean, I think it was fake COVID, like we talked about last week. It was beach COVID. I want to go to the beach COVID.
I mean, is dementia a medical condition?
People just finally got it. Exactly. Like
that's been on forever.
People finally explained it to him enough times that he's not going to win and he should step down and he's not able to do the job like currently, so he's not going to be able to do it for the next 4 years type thing. Yeah. And he just finally, I think, admitted it to himself.
And he wants to hang on. Yeah, he's like, this is his deal. He's like, please let me be in the thing for the next 6 months, but don't make me go. Just I think let me hang on. Let me have my senior year.
His legacy would be a lot more embarrassing to like not finish the 6 months.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Legacy. I think Pat's right though. Someone put their hand on his shoulder during like a Delaware sunset and was like, you don't have to leave, Joe. And he was like, you know what? You're right. I think this sounds pretty good.
Go back to your fucking vacation.
Go back to your hammock show.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Because you're 81.
Ride it out. In summary, wait, Pat, you got something else?
I just want to say, like, everyone knows my political leanings on this show, right? And I'm gonna vote for whoever the Democratic ticket nominates because that's what I'm.
That's your party.
I can't have Trump. It's not my party. I'm disappointed in the Democrats, but I can't have Trump. I gotta say, I'm not happy that it's Harris, but because I would love to see an open. Did you notice
I think the country picture I used of her, Pat, was all of the black inmates she put in jail for weed.
Right. The country needs. This is a great opportunity for the country who's fed the fuck up to have someone better. But again, we're getting railroaded again.
The Democratic Party has, screwed Bernie over twice, foisted Joe on everyone, and now not letting people vote for someone.
Foistering.
This has been going on 3 elections in a row now where they've screwed Bernie,
and producer Eric,
he's Biden.
Got a great fact, Mark, to back you up on this one. Biden exited the re-election race, and this is what's truly bizarre, and it's hard to understand if, like, from a political strategy point. Biden exited the re-election race later than any previous president, 183 days before his term ends. Johnson, Truman, Coolidge each announced they wouldn't seek re-election at least 295 days before the end of the last term. It is very puzzling as to why. So the only thing that makes sense is that Biden was negotiating with them. They've been trying to get him off forever. And they finally struck a deal this weekend.
I think that's why they moved the primaries. That's why his people moved the primaries. I think they knew that people did. Yeah. There was grumblings of it even 6 months ago that they didn't want him on the
fucking Doesn't it also make you look like weaker? It makes you look weaker almost as a country if he announces it a year in advance, because then he's got to still, there's wars going on. He's meeting with people in world power. Like, if everyone knows he's unable to do the job for a long time, doesn't that?
But if he announces it if he announces it and appears in a sound state of mind, the problem for him is he's already been exposed to not being in a sound state of mind. So everybody knows now at this point, it's any excuse is just let me hang on with my vegetable brain.
And the onion bottom thrust too, because everyone was saying how fine it was.
I didn't put it up, Mark, but I forgot to put it up. But Biden flubs exit speech, the onion.
From the onion,
I will rule like an iron fist.
If you consider that the first semester of the college that he got accepted to is starting in the middle of November, okay, and you back it out from there, this is like a late acceptance. So good for him, I guess. To your point, Mark, it would have looked weak.
Yeah,
but get him the fuck out of here, man. Get gone. I mean, the fact that he stuck around for a month and a half longer and he should have 2 months longer and he should have his bullshit. But what are you gonna do?
I thought that this was the deal that was going to happen. My parents asked me what I thought was going to happen. I said this is the deal. He's going to try to make a deal where he can stay president, but not have to run. Mayor McChee says, live comment, Jill told him that he can't have any more ice cream until he steps down. And I think he stepped down on National Ice Cream Day. I didn't verify that fact. Yeah. In summary, this video I'm about to play is basically the new 2024 presidential election for the United States of America until further notice, unless something insane happens at the DNC.
Come. Do not come.
I'm going to come.
Those are the stars of the show, folks. That's what we got waiting for us.
There you go.
That's the next debate. Let's go. All right. This weekend there was huge news before Biden, and that was that CrowdStrike caused one of the largest global outages, the largest global outage of all time, I should say. Thousands and thousands of flights were canceled this weekend. Delta still was canceling 1,500 flights on Sunday on what they called the busiest travel weekend of the summer. I think they canceled like 5,000 from Delta, but tens and tens of thousands of flights were canceled around the globe, in Asia, everywhere. Asia caught it first because they were, they're ahead of us. They figured it out pretty early, and they're like, "Hey, we're from the future. We're Asia. The airlines are not working. All the systems are down. Blue screens of death." So what happened? Who fucked the pooch? On July 19th,
That's tough too, because they're having to say Crowdstrike back and forth on conference calls.
Yeah,
and plane.
Weird name. Yeah, it's an aggressive name.
It is a pain.
Fly.
It is a pain.
Well, and then what if you think they say
kidding.
Crowdstrike, and then that's probably something different because it's a different word.
Yeah, it could. I mean, there's a lot of R's and W's in Crowdstrike. So on July 19th, Crowdstrike's Falcon tool, which is designed to detect unusual.
Are you doing
behavior.
it Asian? Isn't it CloudStrike?
You want me to do it in Asian?
Did you say CrowdStrike?
Yes, it's CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike is accepted by Will to say. I didn't.
Yes,
I thought it was CloudStrike.
No, it's CrowdStrike.
Okay. All right.
No,
No.
it's CrowdStrike.
It was a tech company. Sorry, I thought.
Yeah.
CrowdStrike.
Their Falcon tool, they push an update, and what CrowdStrike does and what the Falcon tool does is it's used to detect unusual behavior and vulnerabilities. So the whole point of them is to secure companies, and they shut them all down. They pushed a bad update. There's an error in a file in an update they pushed live. It caused pretty much all systems running Microsoft products like Windows and Azure to crash, fucking over major industries like airlines, railways, banking, cloud systems, media, and hospitals. Whoops.
Was there any explanation to why they pushed it live on a Thursday night? That's so weird. Like, nobody does that.
Yeah, how do they not QA it though? It took down every system. They don't have a fucking. The first test should have caught it. Like it shut down everything with Windows. So like, how did they not test it? Is my point. It blew. It got you in a boot. It got you in a boot loop. 29,000 companies around the globe in a boot loop. Every single screen was the blue screen of death. So how do you not catch that?
Was it an update that crashed, or was it an exploit?
Yes.
It was an update. So it wasn't an exploit.
It was not a hack job. It was a
corrupted update.
Corrupted file in a update.
Is it possible that a hacker pushed the corrupted file and they're covering up by saying not a hack job?
I mean, like
easily.
Possible.
Just thinking about QAing, this seems like you have like environments when you're testing, like pre-prod, and you have environments that simulate production. So if they had an environment that simulates production, I'm telling you, the first test would have caught this. They're saying it was a file error and not hacking. Who knows? As a security company, the largest security company in the world now, maybe they don't want to get caught.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, here's a look at their 5-day stock chart. It went down
by CloudStrike. So because they have the Windows contract, right? As the antivirus software. Is that what it is? I'm not a Windows user.
Microsoft, right?
They do security for Microsoft and for companies that use Microsoft products.
Okay.
So 29,000 global companies. Here's the CEO of CloudStrike, George Kurtz, being questioned about the incident on the Today Show.
Statement. It was a single content update that has managed to shut down air travel, credit card payment systems, banks, broadcast, street lights, 911, emergency around the globe. Why is there not some kind of redundancy or some sort of backup? How is it that one single software bug can have such a profound and immediate impact?
Well, when you look at the complexity of cybersecurity, you're always trying to stay one step ahead of the adversary.
Shut up.
Man, just 1 second, please.
That's a great question. You can't answer
Take
it.
a drink.
He started like basically crying on national TV. If you saw and heard there, yeah.
I have nightmares that happens to me. That's my nightmare.
It was such a big Mr. George Kurtz hurts. It was such a big fuck up that he basically started crying even just talking about it.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry for him, but
that's one of those days you wish you could go back to bed, huh? You know?
That's funny, yeah.
Whoa. What the fuck?
The death toll.
Yeah, good point, Pat. So the estimate in outages is in the billions and billions of dollars, from lost funds, businesses, 29,000 businesses couldn't collect funds.
Sued by everybody.
People missed weddings, people missed funerals, of course, vacations. And hospitals were affected. So surgeries were postponed, delayed. There were a lot of wards that had, computers using Microsoft products that are used to monitor vitals that they couldn't monitor, whatever else you're monitoring at hospitals.
It's a bad thing.
Big fuck up. Apple is laughing. Mac and Linux are laughing at you, Microsoft. We're laughing.
Oh yeah, I mean, because Apple and Linux servers were fine, right?
Linux and Mac, Apple didn't. Those operating systems were fine. It was all Microsoft, which is still
also anybody who just doesn't host their shit on CrowdStrike was fine too, right? Like if you're hosted on other platforms,
but it's not
server platforms.
It's all Windows and all Azure cloud systems.
So they have it's like a partner that you have to use because it's bolted on to Microsoft.
Exactly. Like a lot of people don't know what CrowdStrike it is. It was a company that was founded in 2011 in Austin, Texas, still in Austin, Texas. They rose to global success due to a huge aggressive marketing push that included tons of Super Bowl ads, and they went to become this juggernaut, and then they totally screwed the pooch.
Yeah, totally fucked it up. Yeah, I mean, they're not. Microsoft's got to drop them, right? Because like at this point,
it's still not 100% fixed. After he stopped crying, he was like, "It's going to take some time." So they had to roll back.
Well, that's how you know it's bullshit, because if it's a corrupted update file,
you just roll it back.
You fix the update file and you issue it, and it's done.
That's
right, so they probably got hacked, right?
Right, to working pay a lot of money to somebody.
Potentially, it seems shady. Like working in IT, like when you have a P1, a critical defect in production that's shutting down all your business partners' operation systems, you call in the top guns and they're working around the clock to fix it. Usually,
so they're either
fixed within hours, not days.
Right.
Like
right.
Minutes,
so they're either the
hours,
stupidest people of all time who pushed an untested update in production and it actually bricked all of their shit, or they got hacked. I mean, it's one of the two. And if you're Microsoft, that's unacceptable, right? I mean, for a partner that everybody has to use.
I think they got hacked.
It's not acceptable. No, well, it's not acceptable.
It seems shady. The excuses seem shady if it wasn't.
I think they probably are safe for, until their contracts run out, but Microsoft might be looking at other people when the contracts run out.
Right. I mean, but that might be what created it. It's like, that's why Boeing sucks so much ass, is because they don't have to compete for contracts. And if the CrowdStrike Microsoft deal is exclusive and long-term, maybe they got fucking lazy.
Yeah, but this is like one of those.
You gotta test your updates.
I agree, it's bad.
You gotta test your updates, folks. This was an easy one to catch, in my opinion, if it causes a blue screen of death boot loop.
You'd think that some simple testing, like
I heard it was messing up some early election stuff in Arizona too.
Whoop. Down there in Maricopa County.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Whoop. Could have been
a CrowdStrike in charge of the polling.
I don't know.
Honestly, maybe it's a long play.
Yeah,
because Dominion got 805 billion.
It's 6 months. Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. The election's only 5. Or wait,
they're waiting for some powerful politicians like Wasp to make
could have been a test.
4 months.
Jesus, for
What if it was though?
As the Asian insulter here, I think the Asians have trouble with the L's, not the R's. I think they can say CrowdStrike fine. It's hard for them to say plane.
If it was cloud like, they would have a problem with it.
They'd have a big problem. Yeah.
So it's like
then it would have been CrowdStrike. Then it would have been CrowdStrike. Sorry.
All right. What's up with that depressed bear?
Who's up next?
Sad bear somewhere.
Yeah. Enough of this real news. Let's talk about a depressed bear in Florida. All right.
Okay.
Florida man.
Cool.
Get some Florida man energy to start the week. We all know black bears are commonplace in Florida. We've covered some stories. Over 4,000 in the state. We also know that many of them are on crack, right? Which led the perfectly sane governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, to sign a law last month that allows citizens to shoot and kill these crack bears if they are perceived a threat to a person or dwelling, aka they're on their property and existing, right?
Yeah.
And perhaps that's why the bear in my story is acting the way he is, depressed, stressed, and lemon zest, as the Walton County Sheriff's Office describes in their post. Oh wait, here. So here's the pressed bear, and look at
is that his penis?
That's what I think, Will. I think that's his.
What's he sad
Zoom
about?
in on that, or is that his sack or his penis?
What's he so sad about with that thing?
Yeah, well, that's what I said, Mark, when I commented. Is that his penis? I'd be much happier if I were him.
Right
on the post.
It's a great point, Wes.
Yeah,
Hard Factor made a great point on this.
What is he so sad about? At any rate, this bear has been seen showing his giant dick off to motorists along the north side of Highway 98 and Santa Rosa Beach this past week. Here's another picture of him. So basically, I guess he's like like a human on crack. He just decided to plant his ass there and then start showing his penis off to motorists,
jacking off and that's a big time crackhead activity.
That's but when you see a bear that hung that's just ripe for a picture, it causes a problem because motorists were stopping and taking selfies with the bear because he was just not moving, and the sheriff's office had to put out a warning saying famous last words, quote, "If not friend, why friend shaped?" Because this black bear is stressed and depressed lemon zest. They said they're monitoring him, and you should basically. I don't know what
who came up with that saying.
What are the first two sentences?
It's like my mother would always say, stress, depressed, lemon zest.
First of all, whose famous last words are that? And then
that's like a meme. If not friend, why friend shaped? I don't know. It's like I've seen it before somewhere. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
it's like Confucius write this.
It's like a millennial thing, I think.
It's an intern. It's a Gen Z intern at the police department.
Yeah. So basically, they said onlookers were trying to take selfies with the bear because they could not believe how hung he was, and we're like,
obviously,
look how sad and hung he is.
We know what's happening here. The bear is hung. People are impressed.
And he's just not moving. You're gonna take a picture with him. I mean, they could just put like a fake hung bear on a stool in Florida, and people would take pictures with him all day. So this is a real one, and apparently it was a problem because he was getting a little agitated and was showing signs of aggression. So they were worried that this hung, depressed bear was going to snap and kill someone. So they had to put out this warning that said, "Look, we understand. You don't see a bear with a penis that big every day, but you gotta leave him alone, and let him sit there like a crackhead."
We've seen it.
Gen Z producer Eric is mad that we don't know.
What's lemon zest?
If not friend, why friend shaped meme?
Yeah, okay. I've heard it, Eric. Can you explain where it's from?
He says Gen Z TikTok.
Yeah.
Who doesn't know friend shaped meme? Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway,
Gen Z TikTok meme. You guys don't get it.
Hey, by the way, if some people out there are wondering what's performance art? Like I hear about this is what performance art is. This bear could be an artist, and this is fucking dope performance art.
Yeah,
or someone who trained the bear, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I got the hog bear. Yeah, train him to be sad and stand still.
Show him that hog, buddy.
Remember, we talked about some tactics that work, some game tactics to get laid, and one of them is being depressed or mopey.
Quite cool.
Yeah, mopey dick can land.
That was my only game I had. Was elusive and mysterious.
Well, you don't want to bang me either.
Yeah. He's so tortured.
He's so tortured. I should probably bang him.
All I'm good for is this huge cock.
I'm haunted.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't have a big dick.
Ears broken, it's just sad terrible. All day.
Terrible game. Anyway, on the comments, someone came out and said that they had a theory behind where this bear came from. And they said, Blaine Atkinson said, this bear was released from a local circus entertainer's home. He grew too large, and the owner dumped him out on the side of the road several days ago. It's really sad how people can treat these animals. So, and then everyone's like, How do you know?
Yeah, where do you get that?
Yeah, they were like, how do you know that's true? Prove it. Prove that.
You should comment in on that, Wes. And the bear used to like to get his dick played with on the daily, and now no one plays with his dick. It's sad, really.
I know. He was actually part of the adult orgy group, and
I've seen him do it.
Yeah. But good news is that they said that he has moved on, walked off into the woods to be depressed by now, so he's good.
I mean, how could they tell he was depressed?
Because he wasn't moving, he was just moping around, showing everyone his dick.
It just took a few weeks for a female bear to show up and check out what he's working with.
Yeah,
he found one. And
he looks depressed.
Okay,
wouldn't be so depressed if he pressed it into me.
Yeah, so he found
Wes.
Yeah, he found what he's looking for.
I'm nasty.
All right, guys, you ever lose something at the airport?
Yes.
Nasty West bottom top. Nasty the last drop.
Yeah, I've lost a laptop at the airport.
Fucking sucks, bro. We've all
Forever
lost
to get back. Yeah.
things like a laptop, normal shit, okay? Because it was a slow news day, I dug into the local news, and I got into the Denver news where they did a little expose on shit that gets lost at the Denver airport, and some of it was just too funny not to bring up.
I would say every day, we get probably around 150 to 200 items a day. I would probably say like the top 5 are bags, IDs, glasses, and electronics. Electronics are AirPods and jewelry.
Right now in their collection, if you will, this circular saw, and this is a battery to a forklift.
We've actually been some actual dogs that were found in the garage. Elk meat in here, like dried fish and shrimp.
And finally,
human remains.
On flydenver.com, you can fill out a claim for something you lost. If it matches with an item in their database, you can come pick it up.
File a claim. That's probably the number one thing is I would say file a claim so that way we can get a hold of you.
File a claim, you say?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I wonder what's up with that elk meat that got left there. So that's what I did, guys. I went in there and I filed a fucking claim. Here's what the claim looked like. It says, manufacturer of the item. I put God. Model. Rocky Mountain elk. Color, brown. Material, elk.
Yeah, it's made out of elk.
Yeah, description, the meat of an elk.
Yep. That's all accurate.
So we'll see if I get that. Hey, did you bring the forklift battery?
No problem.
The forklift battery, make it through security, okay?
Yeah, got it in my backpack, buddy.
The forklift battery.
The whole reason we flew you out here is we had to lift this thing up.
Still isn't working.
Okay. Hey, did you bring Dad? Do you have Dad? We're gonna spread the ashes. Oh shit.
Man. Yeah, that's tough. I love how she included bags.
Bags. It's the most.
Yeah. You get a lot of bags. Lost bags.
Yeah, couldn't you just file a claim and be like red bag?
Yeah, you absolutely
model like Samsonite or something.
Do you have to come pick it up though? Is that the thing? Because I saw that.
No, you can choose an authorized representative or arrange for shipping.
Nice.
What could you fill one that says, I don't know what the color of the bag is, but it's full of dildos, and then they'd have to look inside of every bag for a bag.
So they have a database, Willie. They would have cataloged the dildos already.
Okay.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend filing a claim for the human remains. That would be bad.
Yeah, it could be bad. But I will say this: I don't want to put this out here, and I don't want to encourage crime. That's not what I'm doing. But there's no form you have to sign or box you have to check that you're not lying. So flydenver.com. Real quick, we'll leave you with this from Tiller. Live internet comment. Denver Airport urban legends are a great internet rabbit hole. They are. Go check it out. Get out there. Have a great fucking day.